Welcome to all the classic car enthusiasts. It'll be mini tonight and the E-Type as well. So the good news is on Saturday between 12 and 1 the engine's going to come. I've set up the crane ready to go, and we'll pre-set up as much as we can tomorrow. We've done some work today. And then what I'll do is Max, the guy who's the mini guru, I think I've told you about him before. He has about, I don't know, 50, 60 minis, whatever. He's a bit shy on the camera, so I'll do some filming, but he won't want to go in shot or something, probably like Nigel, a bit camera shy. But I'll try and do as much filming as I can while we're dropping it in, and then when it's done I'll make another video once it's in, and I'll go over all the tips and all the points that he's going to give to me as well. I've taken quite a few mini engines in and out over the many years I've had. The very first car I ever had when I was 17 was a mini, little Mini Minor, I think it was, a very early one, 60s one. Anyway, what I'll do is, as I say, is I'll try and film as much as I can, put that video up, and then I'll go over some of the tips, because there are a lot of little things that will make the job a lot easier, like when you're putting the engine, when you go to put the engine in, put on your speedo drive first before you drop it in, because it's quite difficult to get to. Exhaust manifolds, that kind of stuff. There's a lot of little things, you know. Just before you drop the engine onto your mountings, you can actually put your CVs, your pot joints in, and because you've got more angle, you've got more angle to play with when it's up higher. But I'll go over all this stuff anyway. So I'll pick up the camera and I'll show you what we've been up to. Basically, we're just finishing off the brake system in here, and I've just got unions and things today, so I'll show you what we're up to. I'll move this out of the way so you can. So I'll pick the camera up and I'll show you what we're up to. So you can see. Put the new brake balance on. I've got to make this union up here. The banjo I'm just painting at the moment, well, the two-way which goes onto this banjo union, and there's the line in the front, you can see going around the subframe. Obviously we'll put the calipers and everything on first. We'll do as much as we can. This blanking plate for a left-hand drive I've just done now. You can see that. Car's looking really dusty though, I have to say. And you can see there, I was talking about their new rear lights. There's the chrome edge ends, there's the new front indicator lights. The indicators, I'm really pleased with this because I've seen so many of these minis, and if you look there you can see, I mean, it's as spot on as I can get it. You know, they're either too far to the back. You know, this surround here is wrong on a lot of them, and I think if I hold that, I can't hold the camera perfect, but I think you can see that that's pretty much spot on, that indicator. And yeah, so I'm pretty pleased. And of course, for guys who are only just watching in, you can see that these arches, I don't know if it'll show up, they're actually feathered as well. They're lead loaded, so any water goes in here, it'll just drop straight off. They've not got the normal 90-degree angle on them. That's because all the water sits in them. That's the bad thing about these big Yokohamas, these 13-inch. And for those of you who haven't seen it, I know the mini guys, most of the mini guys have. This has got that unique opening boot where it can open sideways. I'll just open it for you, you can see it. There you go. And so you can see it opens sideways like that. These are off an A4 Audi boot, and yeah, it's quite a unique little feature that I've not seen anyone with a side opening boot like that before. It was a bit of a challenge. I saw one where it popped up and I thought, well, I'll give it a shot and see how it works, but quite different. Yeah, so the other good news is the interior is going to be here by, let me turn this light off. The interior is going to be here by Tuesday or Wednesday. All the new seats, the whole interior from Newton Commercials, so that'll be nice. We get that in. Be nice to get that thing nice and straight, because without an engine and box in them, they sit quite high. couple of things on the Mini. This is looking pretty crappy. I'm going to have to redo this. This is the blanking plate. This is the two-way I was talking about with the banjo. And I was very disappointed with these. These are the new indicator lights, and one thing I had to do is get a rubber between the orange indicator pod and the connection. When you put them in, you put a half turn, and they're really badly loose. Now, whether they come or whether you get a gasket, because there's a problem. You know, you say, oh, I want this, and then they don't send a fibre washer or an O-ring or whatever it is. And luckily enough, I've got this kit, this thing's been an absolute godsend. If you get a chance and you see a kit like this, O-ring kit, this is from SW Style, a German outfit, and they're not that much, but I'll tell you what, these will come in so handy, these O-ring kits. You'll always find one that's near to it. And I do a lot of these. I have, you know, brake unions, copper. These are copper washers for the brakes. But in fact, all these ones in green, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are all kits. So you can see, you know, there's what's that one? This is roll pins, grease nipples. These are fibre washers. But they're worth having, these kits, you know, especially doing a lot of restorations like we are. These are the shrink wraps for the electrical, and that's, you know, just keep springs and rivets, and see. So these are all the kind of clips and little springs for throttles, and this is what the C clips. I don't even know what they are. What they are, split pins, nylon washers. Yeah. So this is why I have all these kits. Anyway, yeah, so that one, we've put black silicone in them now, so hopefully that'll work, and I'll show you it tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, on Saturday. I'll show you part of that. Okay, with the E-Type, we've put the outer sill in, the old outer sills off. I think you can see it there. This has been cut off now. This is the old inner sill, I should say. This is the part that went inside the car, and then there was an outer sill here. So that's done. That's some parts off it. And you can see now how this fits in place here. And then, as you can see, I'll try and keep out of this light. Let me see if I can turn this up. So you can see there that the fit is pretty good. All the flanges are nice now. Again, it's not in. It's only in with yeah, it'll come to me in a minute. I'm sure I'm losing my marbles a bit, I think, but we've just laid all this stuff in just to see how it sits, you know, and it all seems to sit quite nicely. You can see that, and they're not really nice fit down the edges there. They're excellent panels, these Martin Roby panels, but God knows what they cost. Oh, well, I think he spent, I don't numbers. I think around £7,500 on the panels for this car. But to have one built would probably cost you, I don't know, 50 grand, £50,000, I would imagine. So it's certainly a cheaper alternative to a fraction of that price. Anyway, so that's what we're up to. And as I say, this is not in yet. It's just been pushed in now. These will have to be re-welded up again, you can see, but obviously clamped in place. And we have to rebuild this section here. The bottom of this door was rotten. In fact, if I can show it to you, can I show it to you? Yes, I can. You can see that is the whole piece, but there's nothing wrong with the top, so we're going to actually cannibalise this one and put that new piece. Obviously I can't get it in because of this at the moment, but that will fit onto there. That's that section. You see how it fits around there. So what we'll do is we'll fit that piece into it, not where the line is, below it. Anyway, yeah, and it's coming on. This is a new piece we've put in. There was one in it, and you can see, because the outer sill's not on it, it's not actually, that's the position it will be in. But this will be we have to make a slightly bigger gap here. Anyway, the camera's going to go, so take care, and I'll catch you on Saturday night. Bye.